Hello, all. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. Happy New Year. Tonight we have more stories on case number 17. I believe we have six stories for tonight. Tonight's title is Secret Scars and Situations That Went Too Far. Isn't that catchy? I'm saying classic. We'll have our co host
Like it.
introduce herself and then we will get started. Hopefully, you in your pajamas like me because, child, I'm tired and I'm ready to go to sleep. That means I'll be up till 6 a.m. Go ahead, co host.
And I'm right here with you in pajamas and all ready to go to bed. But we is here and lit. It is delicious, honey, and we coming with all the tea.
All of it, and not RT. It was brought to my attention. I would like to do a PSA. I have to do these every now and then. It was brought to my attention, that somebody thinks that something was about them. And all I can say, no feedback. Des will not comment because I promise you this is not a dig, it's a clarification. There is nothing that I would say on this show about my own life that I wouldn't put a name to it. Except when I told you all from the beginning of my show and my platform, and several times throughout, that stories, I find it interesting, right? Stories are not just about you, even if it's your life and coming from your perspective. To tell an entire story, you're telling something that includes other people, and other people don't volunteer for that. So I think it's fair in most situations, I will say most, to be very careful with how you tell a story. But if there is a topic that comes up and any of us can relate, then we are going to sometimes give a little bit about how we can relate. If that's something that impacts you and it's something that you take negatively, I volunteer to always answer the phone. I volunteer to always have a conversation because my experiences are my experiences. If you don't like the way that they're relayed, then you quite frankly should look in the mirror and see how you participated in that space. Or if it was a miscommunication, pick up the phone because I can guarantee you, I have tried to have several conversations. And if you don't want to have them, that doesn't mean that I need to be muted because there are some people that write whole poems and do whole things on their platform, and I allow it to be let go, even though I know it's directly talking about me, but you have never directly come to me. That is my PSA. Okay? We won't do that. We won't act like I throw rocks and hide my hands because I don't. I don't. But speaking on it, how could I be sitting on a platform and be talking about people's stories? And if it's something I can relate to, I'm gonna sit here like, oh my God, I am so perfect. And my life is so perfect. So y'all can eat me up later. But that's not me. Sometimes we just have to hear other people's stories and then we can reflect on our own lives and make different changes. That's what it's
Mm,
supposed to be about. Because I've made several changes. God, I used to grab people by their neck. I don't do that
mm.
anymore because I'm a better person
Amen.
with intention. Thank you. So let me read the disclosure. Des, did you introduce yourself?
I did, Biscuit. It's your turn. Go ahead.
Let me read the disclaimer for this evening. The following stories were submitted anonymously. I have proof and backup, and are shared for commentary, awareness, and discussion purposes only. Some are entertainment. No names are used unless provided. Hoping they're fake names. No parties are identified. If you see yourself, fix yourself. The content does not provide legal, medical, or therapeutic advice, although you should walk away with some of it. I do. Some stories involve trauma, oh,
Mm,
infidelity,
mm-hmm.
exploitation, or threats of harm. Your discretion is strongly advised. If a story triggers you in some way, my therapist told me people don't trigger you, situations trigger you. So you have to figure out why that's a trigger so that you can be better. You can only control yourself. That is a piece of advice that I will offer that I paid for from my therapist and in my very expensive school book while getting several degrees. Most helped me.
Mm.
Now, mhm, mhm. I don't say it from a pedestal. I say it from a pit because God definitely put me in a pit. I went through my Joseph season and I learned in that season because I wanted to be better for me and it inadvertently helped others.
Okay.
That's the way it's supposed to work, especially those good Christians.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm, mhm. First story. Are you guys ready?
Let's get it.
Okay, let's see here. The first one is name. I named my son after a man who didn't exist.
Hold
How
on. What?
much how much truth do you owe a child when the lie feels safer? I will say, to be fair to parents, you never know. So let's hear the story. Sometimes it is safer. You for real never know. So let's see. My child's father went to prison because he faked his own death in an insurance scam. I didn't know any of that. I didn't even know his real name. The name he gave me, the one I fell in love with, came from a headstone. I named our son after him. Mm. Years later, he gets out of prison and tells me the truth, not just about the scam, but about who he really is. Then he comes out openly bisexual. I don't judge his identity, but I do judge his lies. The double life, the way my child's entire foundation was built on a story that never existed. Our son is 6 now. He adores his father. And I'm stuck between ending a relationship that was never real and protecting a child who loves a man I barely know. So tell me, do I
Mm.
stay for my son or leave before the lies become normal? Damn,
Mm. Girl, you
that's a
answered your own
hard one.
question.
I don't even have no, that's a hard one. What's your feedback?
She answered herself in the letter at the
Okay.
very end. She answered, "Do I
Oh,
stay or do
leave
I
before
go?"
the lies become normal?
Girl, go ahead and leave because the lies is already normal. This nigga normally lying to you about every goddamn thing,
But
and
she
now
has
you
a
live,
kid.
and that's so fucked up. You don't. I don't think you should. I think you should avoid that conversation with your child until your child is old enough to receive it. Um,
Okay.
I'm not saying lie. I say avoid. Avoid the topic until it's necessary. Wait till he about graduated at least out of high school before you shower him with such disappointment. And if his father is being a father, let the man be a father to his child. If clearly y'all ain't gonna work out, he is bisexual, meaning he don't want nobody. He wants to try everything. He's greedy.
Okay.
That's
So,
my thoughts.
okay. So, years later, he gets out of prison and tells me the truth. Hard stop. The mere fact that he came home and sat down with you face to face and told you the truth, I think we have to have a hand clap here because he could have never told the truth, right? And the child is 6. 6, you still have a lot of formative years left. And if he loves his father, the child doesn't know the stories yet. You know the stories. So
Hmm.
you and the father can protect him in the way that he hears it. He doesn't have to know that foundation. Let the foundation be um, starting technically from when he is 6. If you want to, you can change his name right now. If you don't like the name or if you feel like it's settled in negativity, you too can change the name and create the beautiful story around the name change. You still have, this is a fairy tale age. So you have the opportunity to actually rebuild and reform or redirect. You don't even need to reform at this age. You just need to redirect. Like, oh, dad's home. We just thought it would be so cool to sit down and think about a name that really fits you now that, we're both here together and we see your personality. We think this name will be so much better. And then you create that story, one that he will never forget. The son doesn't need to know about the lying part. It sounds like he's come to telling the truth because for him to tell you that he is bisexual, that means he came home and said, I want to lay it all out on the table. So I think that it deserves a conversation. And then it deserves a conversation that you two need to enter into family therapy. That way you can begin to trust him in his truth because that's a big deal for him to tell you all of that. You can begin to trust him in his truth, and he can begin to understand that you were on the verge of cutting everything off. And if anything like this occurs again, that you would have no problem doing it. Because he faked his death, you can fake his death too. I mean, you can scare the bejesus out of him as well. And if he cares about his child, then he will do it. Something some parents don't say anymore is I'll explain when you're old enough to understand. Absolutely, right? So I think by sitting down with the child at this age and recreating the story, because you can, and it'll be so cool and so awesome and so all of these things. A child at this age takes whatever you give them. So when you're crying in front of your child and, oh my God, we're getting a divorce and your daddy cheated on me and your mama not shit, they absorb that and they pick the personality you just gave at this age. But if you created the most beautiful thing around it, celebrated it, and all of these things, maybe made it happen around a birthday, I'm telling you, this is fairy tale age. This is the perfect age. That way it doesn't have to be any negativity. And then later, when the child is older, like was said, then you can say, we got a funny story to tell you. And then tell them, hey, the real reason why we changed your name is because we really did think this, but it was because of this. Daddy made mistakes, whatever the situation. But daddy was big enough to come to me at the age of 6, and I was big enough to forgive your father and move forward because we loved you more. That's the best case scenario. And that both of you can show up as really good parents. So all he experiences is really good parents. So whatever story you give, it still won't be as traumatizing as it was to you to hear the trauma. Thus, y'all needing to go to therapy. Then the trauma can be acknowledged, but not in the space with the child, and you can give it to them in a healthy way. Because going forward, you're probably not going to believe anything that man says. Um, and in some regards, you actually should, because that's a big deal. It's easier for a woman to say I'm bisexual than a man. Let's just be honest.
That's
And he was
true.
just in prison and he faked his own death. I mean, I think that's
The
pretty big of
stories to
him.
tell.
I mean,
That's a
well,
lot.
if you,
That's a lot to
it,
unpack.
that's a lot to unpack. You think you just fell in love with Mr. Right and you just so amazing. And truth be told, amazing people have bad characteristics. I have bad characteristics because they came from a place that I didn't understand. Popping off and being upset and all of those things, that wasn't really who I was. But the real thing behind it wasn't anger. Um, it was hurt. It was confusion. It was not being able to relate. And it was hearing things with my hurt. So once you get that under control, then you can get to the real root of the problem and you can solve it. And I think that'll be really good for you. And it is almost, if I dare say, actually a really big compliment to you that he trusted you because he could have kept going on forever, but he didn't. He sat down with you, even if it was just for the child. I think that's a big deal because the kid is 6. The age of the kid mattered a lot to me in this story and working with kids because you can change it, right? So that's what I think. And thank you for sharing that story. That's a really big deal. And your family, you probably couldn't tell them and they give you regular advice. They would give you advice based off of emotions, but in the angry way. When it's still time, it's a whole lot of time. 6 years out of your life versus even the amount you have left to make it to 18, you got time. You only did
Definitely.
kindergarten graduation so far. You're good. I think that's good. Let's see. Any other final words?
No, I think you nailed it.
I'm telling you.
Because that's a
That
lot for me.
child, that's a lot. I choke. Sometimes we gotta get through the bad parts to get to the good parts. Sometimes people put people in your life to make you the better version of yourself too, to make you feel safe in that version of yourself.
Period.
That's really important. The sad part is sometimes it hurts the person that's the most trusted because you lose the person, i.e., them being gay or bisexual or something like that. They they put you into a role you didn't ask for, and that does
Period.
hurt. Yeah, because you can't be a family now, so you're having to mourn a situation and a person while they're there, and you have to move forward with them in the most impactful role that you will ever have, and that's being a mom. So be a good mom. Do it for your son, and do it for yourself too. Heal through it. Okay. Next story. I found something I was never supposed to see. Yeah, don't go
Mm.
looking. You found it. That means you looked. Uh,
Mm.
what do you do when knowledge changes you forever? All knowledge will change you forever. So be careful what you look for and pray every day that what you receive in that day, you will be able to handle in the most impactful way. I'm telling you. Read the Four Agreements. Very good book. Or any emotional intelligence book. It's actually too far away from me. And I have on a nightgown. I can't get up. Please, I'll tell you. Yeah, everybody don't show their ass.
Everybody don't.
Literally,
Look, not everybody.
not on purpose or fake pretend. Not on purpose. Okay, story. Let's see. Hold on. My uncle died and I helped clean out his house. While sorting through old boxes, I took a stash of vintage DVDs I shouldn't have touched. At first, I didn't think much of it. One of them became a habit. Then one day, something clicked. The voices, the room, the realization hit me all at once. It was my uncle and my mother. I didn't imagine it. I couldn't unsee it. And it destroyed my ability to be present in my own relationship. Every time I try to be intimate with my girlfriend, I see my mom. I'm disgusted, ashamed, and carry something I never asked to know. So tell me, do you heal from something you were never meant to discover? What? How do you see your mom?
Listen, I got lost. Can you start over and read that again?
I can. Okay, everybody, I'm going to read that one. I don't understand. Okay. My uncle died and I helped clean out his house. While sorting through old boxes, I took a stash of vintage DVDs I shouldn't have touched. At first, I didn't think much of it. One of them became a habit. Then one day, something clicked. The voices, the room, the realization hit me all at once. It was my uncle and my mother. I didn't imagine it. I couldn't unsee it and it destroyed my ability to be present in my own relationship. Every time I try to be intimate with my girlfriend, all I see is my mom. I'm disgusted, ashamed, and carry something I never asked to know. So tell me, how do you heal from something you were never meant to discover?
Mm, mm. Well,
Oh,
stop being nosy for one. God. But she really wasn't being nosy. That's fucked up.
well,
Um,
see, to me, it is being nosy, but go ahead.
she really wasn't. She was asked to help get rid of some stuff.
That don't mean you look at stuff.
I mean, but you do because if it's someone you lost, you might see something you would like to keep as a memory. And unfortunately, she didn't realize that memory would lead to
He,
something. Oh, he didn't realize. Ooh. Yeah, you.
right. It sounds like it's the nephew and the son because he said every time I try to be intimate with my girlfriend, all I see is my mom. So he now knows that his mom was with the uncle, which I don't know if it is the dad's brother or her brother. We don't know which type of uncle it is
Mm,
because one is far worse than the other. Please believe me. One
trust
is
that.
far worse than the other. Let me see. If someone else else's, of course, you have to try to explain. Yeah, I don't think they would know that. Okay, you guys, this one is a little bit harder to unpack. I told y'all I find these stories and then I jumble them up so that I could be surprised too. You could tell in the way that I first read the story. Um, I don't know how do you oh Jesus. How do you heal from something?
Well, you usually have to confront it.
That's all I could think of is you gotta tell the mom.
And so now you got to talk to your mama about what you know that you ain't supposed to know. And unfortunately, it's going to sound like you're nosy, but you kind of are because you kind of got something revealed that you didn't really want to know. But now you need an explanation for what you do know so that you can move forward. Oh, wow. That's a lot, though.
And
I'm
Mr.
sorry,
Freaky
Booty.
Boy, why was you looking at your uncle's nasty videos, nasty boy?
Well, but that's the
I
thing. He
keep
didn't
trying to
know.
tell people corn is a hub to the evil side, child. You can't make me believe no different. Corn just don't turn out well. Mm-mm.
But did he really know that he was watching porn?
He said he watched it became a habit. Yeah, one of them became a habit.
So when he was being nosy, he discovered something. When he discovered it, he kept watching, meaning that there was multiple videos to keep can
But there's
watch.
one,
And then one of those particular videos he watched and saw something he wasn't supposed to see. Oh well, boy, you better take that to your grave and get over it.
yes, because you watched it as a habit. Then one day it clicked. Oh my gosh, that's my mom. So y'all, that might be the actual problem. Okay, he said one of them became a habit. Then one day something clicked. The voices, the realization hit him all at once. It was his uncle and his mom. Do y'all think that the real problem is that he
He
was
is now
attracted to what
lusting
he
after his
heard
mother.
and it happened to be his mama? The real problem isn't the uncle. The real problem is that you became attracted to listening to your mom.
That's the problem. That is what my mind
I
said.
think
Yes,
that's the real problem, y'all, because
yes, I agree. I totally concur. Hmm.
you need therapy. You're going to have to go to therapy. Okay,
Some.
here's the thing. It's not your fault. Like you wasn't attracted to your mom. You was attracted to whatever character she was. Ah, that don't even sound right.
Well, it sounds like there
You
might have
didn't
been
do
some
it
role
knowing
play
that it was your mom.
because for a minute you didn't know it was your mom. You was watching just to be watching,
Right,
and then one day you watched and paid some attention to what you saw, and you
right.
realized it was your mama, and now you are disturbed because you cannot unsee that shit. Oh my god!
And you
Oh
watched
my
it over and
god!
over out of all the DVDs because I took a stash of vintage CDs. So you had DVDs. So you had more than one, and something pulled you to that one, only to later find out the one you got addicted to was your damn mama.
This is your
Ah,
mama. This is your mama.
this is your granddaddy.
Okay, this is your mama,
You're gonna
mommy,
have to go to therapy,
mommy,
friend. And
mama.
I'm just telling you, I am so happy that I'm not your therapist. Child,
Oh shit, that is a hard pill
I
to
have heard some
swallow.
amazing things. Look, y'all, in one company, I supported 40,000 people. And at one point and another, between those 8 years, I touched each one of those people as corporate HR. In another company, I think it was 12,000 all over the US. So I have supported people from the East Coast to the West Coast, Canada, New Mexico, Puerto Rico, and a little bit of India, right? That's who I have supported. So when I hear stories, you'll be amazed at how many people come to HR to talk, specifically me or somebody in my role, because they're not in my face. So ironically, most of the people in my building, they didn't come to me as much. They went to the one on the East Coast, but we kind of split, right? The ones that I knew more did not come to me unless it was something they needed right then. And to be quite honest, my counterpart was Caucasian and very green. I'm from the hood. So if they needed certain things, that is an honor to me. If you take what we learned growing up in the hood, it could be your best asset in a space where you're working with people. Those people will come to me. The stories that I would hear, I've heard I've heard things that had me in a therapist seat. I've never heard nothing like this. It's not the most shocking, because this is something
Hmm.
that could really happen, right? That's why they tell you to stay out of your parents' business and don't touch things and all of those things. And it's very much so why even at my ripe age, there's a hierarchy for me, right? My aunt, if my mom and my aunt were to get into it, I don't touch that at all. That has nothing to do with me. That is not my business. I don't touch it. I stay in a child's place. It's the problem with a
Period.
lot of y'all. Y'all don't know how to stay in a child's place. Even if you thought those DVDs were something, you should have had a male uncle look at those and disperse the ones that were appropriate. Go buy your own
But oh
nasty
my God,
DVDs.
due to the fact that that's your uncle and your mama, who the fuck are you supposed to tell? Who was you? Listen.
No, that's why I'm saying if you would have did it right to begin with, a lot of people don't know staying in a child's place. It's no way. My aunt is 70. When she transitions, hopefully at 100 and something, right? I have one biological aunt. Hopefully, when she transitions, when I go through her house, I'm not, if it's a little box under the bed, everybody knows what the keys are. I'm not touching that little box under the bed. I'm gonna hand that little box under the bed to my mama. Okay. Because I know as an adult, if it's not in plain sight, that must mean it wasn't none of your damn business. And we're going to find out everybody's business when they pass away. Guess what? I don't want to know a damn thing about. I don't want to know if my auntie got a rose. I don't want to know none of that kind of stuff. So it's certain things that people like shouldn't do. It's certain places you don't clean out their top drawer. You don't clean out their junk drawer. You don't do certain things, right? Only certain people supposed to do those things. Y'all don't know how to have hierarchy and respect. That would have never happened had you kept your nosy tail out of those type of things. And last thing I'm gonna say, because I don't understand, you found a stash of vintage DVDs. Y'all know back in the day, we wrote on our DVDs. I still got some in the garage of CDs that my ex made me. We write on them. If it wasn't one that had like the title or the actual movie cover, you knew that that one was probably locked and loaded and you probably shouldn't touch it. You probably knew it was going to be your uncle on that DVD and you should have been watching your uncle swing his wangling. But you so nosy.
Oh, so where his mama?
Curiosity always be killing that cat. Y'all so damn nosy. I am not nosy, child.
But I
Thank you,
want to know
mama, for
where
giving
his
me the
mama
spirit
at
of
though.
not being nosy.
Where his mama at? If
Y'all think he should tell the mama?
not,
Do he have the right to tell the mama?
I mean, mom, uncle, what? How does this even play a part? How is this your uncle on your daddy's side? I mean, like, what uncle is this? Because it ain't your mama brother.
Right. It must not have had the faces because he's talking all about audio.
Uh huh. So
He's
it's
talking
like,
all about audio.
so yeah, like he finally recognized the voice. So basically, get over it, young man. You know too much for your own fucking good.
Now you're gonna have nightmares because you were nosy.
Yeah, let that shit go.
Listen, I don't go look.
I
I have
wouldn't
never
bring
went
that
through a
shit up.
man's phone. I have never done none of that. I never been through my mama's stuff. To me, my mama's still an angel. The only time my mama had sex is when she got pregnant with me and got pregnant with my sister. Other than that, my mama didn't have sex. Okay. And I really don't care if she did. However, I don't have no image. And
So
there are
let me tell
different
you
things
what he
that we
gotta
have been
do.
through, but I don't have no image because, first of all, I respect my mother as a woman. I understand you would have done certain things, right? You're a woman. I would hope that you did. I hope in her prime she hung from every chandelier that was visible because my mama had a Coke bottle shape. My mama was an
I
it girl, but
wanna
child,
swing
you should
on the
live your best life and
ceiling.
should because you wasn't walking around here with every Tom, Dick, and Harry that I saw. So, Chad, I hope you do got a little couple of stories you're gonna write down for us later, which I seriously doubt. Because even my cousins be like, "Yeah, not your mama," and you remind us of her.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, see what I mean? When you're talking
Oh,
about a
Lord.
story, some stuff is gonna come out about your experience.
Oh, my
Give
Lanta.
people good experiences, and then they'll have good things to say. And don't make up things like you do about me.
Oh,
Not
my
nice.
Lanta.
It's not nice. The devil is alive. And so is
Okay, so
he.
here go my advice.
Okay.
Hype your girlfriend up. Let her make a new recording, and you get addicted to that, so you could change your vision.
Ah,
That's
I
what you.
think
That's
that's a
my
good
advice.
idea.
And so you can change the atmosphere of the situation because you stuck somewhere you don't need to be, and the only way to really get you unstuck from a situation such as that is to put your mind on something else. So
Okay.
let's get you somewhere else in a healthier space.
Okay. I think
That's
that's
my
a good
advice.
idea. I
Hmm.
think that's a good idea, including therapy. Please go to therapists.
If you
Please
need to
go
go to
to a
therapy
therapist.
for that, you need to also grow up immediately because Why are you even bothered? Once you realize that was your mom, I think you're only mad at yourself for
Girl, I
being
would
turned
be
on.
traumatized.
Yeah,
I would
because you
be
got turned on. Because
traumatized.
you got turned on. But the very
I
second
would be
you over,
traumatized, period. But
when you
I
heard
think
the
that's
first,
more of why they are.
oh, the first, should have made you stop what you the
Okay,
fuck
so
was
here's,
doing,
let me tell you,
nosy
certain
ass.
people can be traumatized. I cannot think, and I'm not even being funny. I started having sex early. I'm very transparent about that. I didn't have sex a lot. I had sex, but I did not continue to have sex. Two different things. Um, Still wrong. However, what I'm saying is I was not sexually active. I had sex and then I stopped. It wasn't all it was. Anyway, um, I personally have not, I don't hear people having sex. And y'all know back in the day when we had house parties and stuff, it might be one couple in this room, one couple in that room, or whatever. Do y'all know for my group, most of the time there was no sex. It was just kissing, or you would be quiet. When you become an adult, I'm pretty sure, sometimes when I walk out, my neighbors be like, Miss Campbell? Yes, yes.
On the
I'm
chandelier.
pretty sure because I pay for this and I'm grown and I can do whatever I want to. However, if it's somebody in the house, like when we rented cabins, okay, we've done couple trips. It's never nobody in there like screaming at the top of their lungs. Like you don't want that.
You don't want nobody to hear it. You don't want nobody to know you getting busted wide
You can
open.
know that I am because we probably are. We're on a couple trip and we paid a lot of money to be here. However, you don't just
You don't
be
be
completely
loud.
disrespectful or you doing your own thing so you're not paying attention to nobody else. But to solely sit there and listen, and I know people that are nosy like that. That's why I'm making this comment. There are people that are nosy like that, and they be like, "Oh my God, listen, they're having sex," and you're like, "What? Why don't we keep talking and act like they're not? Like, how is that our business?"
That
But
part.
some people are that nosy, and it don't bother them. So it might not necessarily bother him. What might bother him the most is knowing that he was addicted to the DVD with his mammy.
That
Y'all
is
make
it.
sure you share the live, okay? Thank you. We got four more stories. So let's go to the next one, child, because I don't have a good piece of advice, but that piece of advice that Des gave is good. It may replace it. Y'all could do some role plays. You can put your girlfriend in different costumes. But here's the thing. You're gonna have to be honest with your girlfriend because all of a sudden starting to want to do certain things with her, it's gonna make you look like a cheater and it's gonna make you look crazy. So either subtly ask for those things without being so anxious and being open to her saying, okay, I like this one, I don't like this one. Um, you can't expect her to deep dive into your place that you're fixing because you're not doing this for her. You're doing it for you. Um, but I strongly advise that you think about the things that you're going to ask her to do because I do think that's a good idea. And you may want to hide your phone and record just the audio if she's not into full recording because that's a girlfriend, not your wife. And to try to put her on a recording so that you can undo what your nosy ass did. I bet you that'll teach
Mm,
your ass to be nosy from now on. Okay.
mm, mm.
Hmm. Next
I'm
story.
so fucking weak. Yeah, freak.
People is some freaks. Who said that? Your daughter's a freak. In a movie. Next story. Okay. I traded stability for love. I traded stability for love, and now I'm a caregiver. When does sacrifice turn into entrapment? I'm going to have a lot to say about this, and I could tell in advance. Okay. He left his wife and stepson for me.
Mm,
I lost my apartment and moved in with him. At first, everything felt worth it. Of course, it did.
mm,
The intimacy was good. We traveled. We felt chosen. We. Then he started drinking bad lean. One stroke later, everything changed. Now I feed him, bathe him, change his diapers. I'm angry, not because he's sick, but because my entire life collapsed overnight. Sound familiar? Didn't the wife? Mm. And if I leave, I'm homeless, broken. So tell me, is staying loyalty or survival disguised as love? Des, I'm going to calm down and let you take this one first.
Girl.
The question is staying loyalty or survival disguised as love? If
I
I
don't.
leave, I'm homeless. Is
Oh,
staying
okay.
loyalty? Go ahead.
Okay, you're definitely staying because you're going to be homeless. You're not staying because you're loyal. Um, Karma's a bitch, and so is cause and effect. And so, unfortunately, the saddest part is him needing you to take care of him in this season isn't even the karma for the stunt you just pulled. That is just the reaction of the effect of what you've done. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I was literally just talking to someone about that the today. You cannot think that this is the karma of your actions when every action has a reaction, whether you hear it, see it, or not. There is a reaction to every single thing that we do in this life. And so, darling, 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 um go get your ass a job, save up some money so you can move on, but never be okay with helping destroy someone else's household. That's not cool, and it never has a good outcome. And usually something does happen very traumatic to the man every fucking time. Something traumatic happens to that man, and he has to face what he has done. And unfortunately, anything surrounding him will face it with him. So, make better decisions. But how you homeless? And what the fuck? See, you know what? I'm so sick of you little thought pocket helpers. Men are not to support you in such a manner. Go get a fucking job and support your damn self and be a compliment to that man and not a liability to that man. Okay? Life is already stressful enough. And especially if we are the color of me, baby, they already got it hard. They already got it hard just by design. Is designed for it to be difficult for them. So I don't need us to actually be more difficult, right? Like, it's all good when I be having my little rants about niggas ain't shit, but all niggas ain't not shit, and some of them really just need support, and we should do better. And as women, we are helpmates. It is our position to help, although we get sick of helping. It is not that we get sick of helping, we just get sick of them not listening while we're helping. But neither here nor there. Girl, what in the fuck did you expect to happen? And
Mm.
now he drinking and had a stroke. You know why he drinking and had a stroke? Because he's regretting his decision. And now he's sitting over here looking at
That's
your
what I was
monkey
waiting
ass
for.
and realizing that you're only 20% of the 80% he was receiving. And now it doesn't look like it was worth it at all. And you a big ass dummy. I'd be homeless if I was you, to be quite honest, because you need to remove yourself so that you can start healing and allowing your life to grow from this circumstance and this situation. But and he needs to suffer just a tad for the bullshit he's been on, which is why he's in his own position. So I mean, and it's not even that you're causing, no one even caused that for him. He did that for himself. That's why you
Mhm.
never try to get revenge. Motherfuckers usually hurt themselves. You ain't gotta do nothing, baby. Don't hurt yourself trying to get back at a person who did not respect you or them enough to treat you better. That's all I
Mm.
got for this monkey situation
Okay,
or
I'm going to
monkey
start at the top.
issues.
I'm going to start at the top. This
Get it,
in no
friend?
way is advice. This is what I would do. And this is going to be some things you can look up on your own if you have a situation like this. Let's start at the top. At the top, he left his wife and stepson for me. Ma'am, depending on what state you're in, I'm talking to the wife, okay? Because he left. It doesn't say divorce. If you are still the person that is married to him, go in and get what you deserve. Go in and take the life insurance, all of those things when somebody has something like this happens, there is a part of the life insurance that can be dispersed. You can disperse it and get him a nurse because he may need one. So do right by him still. But you can disperse him and retrieve everything that I'm sure his abrupt leaving did to you and your son. You can recover your assets. You can also go over and have power of attorney over every single thing that he has and allow her to take care of him. So handle your business and do your big one. Check the laws of your state and review the policy that he had with this job because it sounds like he's well off because they traveled and did everything. So even if you are divorced in certain states, if it has been less than a year, some of those things would still apply. I would check into those. Those are things I would do. That's number one. Number two, to the girl. I lost my apartment and moved in with him. At first, everything felt worth it. Of course it did, because you were the tail and not the head. You didn't have a choice. You didn't make a decision based on love or like or any of those things. You made it based on survival and being greedy and a trifling little witch. So, period, period. So, what you are getting is, was it worth it, Renee? Okay.
Mm-mm.
It sounds
Mm-mm.
like it was worth it as long as it was what you wanted. But see, this is the part you don't realize. In marriage, it says in sickness and in health. So I'm going to love you the same when you sick as when you are in health. And none of the rest of this will be questions if you were doing this as a wife. But you didn't do this. You didn't do anything for him. You moved in with him. The intimacy was good. So you was sucking his dick from the back. We traveled. I'm sure you didn't pay for it because if you leave, you'll be homeless. You don't have any money, Brokey. We felt chosen. If we felt chosen, I can guarantee you, um, if we felt chosen, he wouldn't have started doing lean.
Mm.
That's an excellent point. You assisted in driving him to drugs, so you should assist in staying with him through this horrible decision. You should absolutely do that because he doesn't feel chosen. Hold on one second. Something is wrong with my life. So that's that part. Also, in case you are wondering, um, you can't leave because you don't work, you don't do anything. So it's not really an option. It's very much so because you have to. And we all see it, and so do you. So don't try to make it seem like you have an option. You don't. Um, and you are exercising the right to do nothing. And it sounds like you have been put in such a position that you also can't get a job because you're a full time taker. But do what's necessary to get him a nurse so that you can do the things you can do, get on your feet while you are there. Do just respect. That way that another karma doesn't come back to bite you because karma is definitely sitting at your doorstep. It's sitting there because as long as you are around him, you reap the benefits that you wanted. Three benefits. You get the benefits of the good times and you get the benefits of the karma. That's the life that you two chose, and this is what it is going to do to you. Enjoy it. At least make the best out of it. Maybe go repent, do better. I mean, let's just be honest. When we push into a corner, you know, that's when we repent the best, and hopefully you change and everything gets better. Because what are you going to do? Still commit adultery? You can't really, because really don't work. So, best position ever. God has placed you in a pit like Joseph. Go ahead and do like Joseph and learn. That's what you should do. It's saying loyalty. Girl, you don't know nothing about loyalty. You let the man, he left his wife and stepson for me. Loyalty. You don't have none, you don't know none, it ain't nowhere around you. Or survival disguised as love. Girl, love ain't even in there nowhere. You are purely surviving and not even thriving. You will be in this position forever. So that's what you should do. I have no more advice for you because you're a foo-foo head. You don't have sense.
What kind of head? What kind of head is
A
she, baby?
foo-foo head.
A foo-foo head. Okay.
Mhm. That's what me and Ashley call people that don't have sense. We call them foo-foo head and then the muggins. That's from a movie as well.
I'm sure.
Mhm.
Because I
Foo-foo head and
promise
muggins.
they
Mhm.
play too much.
Final advice before we go to the next story.
Nope.
I really wish you could read this story. My phone is tripping. I cannot see on here, but I can see on here. Let's see. Next story. I limp because I was the secret. Limp? Who pays the price when accountability skips the room? I was sneaking out of his house when his girlfriend pulled up. He didn't see me. He didn't see me in time. Her car hit me. He confessed to cheating. They reconciled. I walk with a limp now. And he says he can't be seen with me like this. I miss him, but every step reminds me of what I was to him. So tell me, do I heal or keep hurting for someone who barely likes me and already moved on?
Do you
I was
really know?
sneaking out of his house when his girlfriend pulled up. She didn't see me in time. Her car hit me. He confessed to cheating. They reconciled. I walk with a limp now. And he says he can't be seen with me like this. I miss him, but every step reminds me of what it was. So tell me, do I heal or keep hurting for someone who has already moved on? Your
Already
choice
moved
of words
on.
is crazy to me. Des, take this one first so I could go grab my charger.
Okay, like for real. Okay, so anywho, the reality for me is, baby, he didn't ever choose you because he was already unavailable. You was always a side piece, and that lady didn't see you and she hit you, or maybe she saw you and she hit you because you had no business at her house. In
Right.
what world are we just sitting over here acting like it is okay to play in other people's lifestyles like that? Like, marriage is something serious, and I think that we need to stop doing stuff
But
just to
that's a
do stuff.
girlfriend. And when she talking about moving on, he didn't never not move on. He was
He didn't move
cheating.
on. He has a wife, baby. They're not divorced.
Oh my word.
And so I'm just confused. And when did your pea head brain tell you that he chose you? When did he choose you? When? I would love to know when you felt chosen. Because from my understanding of the story, you were never the choice. You was just someone to play with. And I know that may not sound nice, but it is definitely your truth. You was a playmate, you was a toy, and I played like a fiddle. Beebity bop bop boom. And is there. Like what? I don't get that. Like, I am so lost in the sauce of, like, for real, y'all. Let me go ahead and just be transparent for about 5 seconds. I've been there and I've done that, right? I've done the dishonorable thing and messed with a married man. And so I'm just grateful in my heart and my spirit that did not settle well with me and I let that go. Don't get it twisted. Something did happen to help me let that go, but I recognized the situation when it happened. And what I am here to tell you is he doesn't need you to leave. If he really wants to leave, he will. And when he does, you will not be who he picked. Okay, I'm sorry. Because he's a cheater. Okay. So therefore, even if he picks you, he's now going to pick another replacement of you because you're the replacement of the wife. Because he needs to have his 80 and his 20. Okay.
Right.
He needs both. And so, oh, little blessed fruits of the children's. But listen, I don't know what's wrong with these people. This just sounds like you're gluttoning for punishment. You don't like your freedom? No?
Well, apparently she don't like to walk with both her legs.
Girl.
Yeah.
And then the idea that you miss a motherfucker that let you get ran over and then dismissed you and said that I'm not going to be able to look at you like this. So that means when he dismissed you, he didn't even dismiss you because he got caught cheating. He dismissed you because now he does not appreciate you're not as cute with that limp. If you don't go to bed, if that ain't some, oh child, Asia, you got it. Get into it, madam. Because I don't appreciate, girl, I'm outdone. I'm just disgusted. The more I talk about it, the more disgusted I become because then more things start revealing itself to me. And I'm just like, how do you let things like this happen? How do you not stop yourself?
Not even how do you not stop yourself? Okay. Okay. Even if you don't stop yourself, once the shit hits the fan, how do you not see it for what it is? That's where I'm confused. You know, a hard head make a soft ass. All of those things that teach you, okay, I tried and I ran into this brick wall. Oh, my bad. Let me do it different. I knew it wasn't right when I did it, but God showed me real quick. He wasn't playing with me and he don't play about me. See, people that say God don't play about me, sometimes we don't understand as well, just like our earthly parents. Um, them not playing about you will also include discipline. It will also include correction because
Mm,
they don't play about you. So when they see you running into a wall, they don't play about you. So they snatch your ass back. Don't care if you get upset. They don't care about any of that because the goal is I don't want this that I created to run into this brick wall and lose every single thing that they have or be this
mm,
person that I know that they are not. But if they hit this wall because they're going through a bad time, everybody will say, oh no, that's exactly who you are because you chose to run into that wall. Moreover, they will circle back and say, who raised you? And
mm,
things like that. So love also comes with that. I don't play about you also comes with that. I really can't understand a lot of the way the questions come across to us. Like, did you really just even after you went through all of this, you asking us a question? So do I heal or
mhm,
keep hurting for someone who already moved on? That's a
mm.
real question.
That was a real question for her.
You do need to heal because here's the worst part. And he says he can't be seen with me like
Mm,
this. So he could be seen with you as a mistress. He could be seen with you in a bedroom, on the side, on any of those things, but he can't be seen with you in
mm,
the hurt that he has permanently caused the rest of your life. And he's the reason for it. He's not apologizing. He's saying, I can't be seen with you.
mm. He's saying, girl, I don't fuck with you. You little stupid ass bitch. I don't fuck with you. Awful. Just absolutely awful. What's more awful is how you don't see it this way. Like, I think that is what be
This is
disturbing.
what I'm saying. How you don't see it.
I think that's what disturbs me the most is how lost I see my little babies in the world today. They just lost like a motherfucker. Can't see shit past a nut. And that's the saddest part. You so wrapped up into some penis that you can't even realize that the penis don't fuck with you.
Yeah, she can't perform the same way at all because her leg is messed up now.
So basically, the whole reason of me getting caught up in cheating was to get some things my wife wasn't doing. Girl, you ain't doing no more than my wife now. You are no longer a part of the play. The hell wrong with you? What you thought?
And I'm
What's the-
probably only still talking to you so you don't press charges because she didn't purposely run you over.
Oh, okay. But maybe she did. You don't really know because she might have saw your look ass playing on her top.
Next
Never know.
story. Next story. Because
Yeah,
your
disappointed.
brain is dangerous. Your brain is going to get you in a lot of trouble, man. It is.
Period.
That should have been a conclusion. Party's over.
I'm so weak. Wrap it up. Nah.
True. It is true. Hopefully you left this in 2025. I don't know what year this is from. Most of these are supposed to be current, child, and it would have been from the end of 2025. Let's see. Next story. Next.
Right.
I should have
Next.
dabbled. One thing I'm gonna do is buy some shit when I think about it. All of a sudden, I feel like I need a rose gold gavel. What y'all think? I think I need a gavel.
Not Judge Magnum P.I. Madame, Madame,
I think I do.
honey, get into
No
it.
sense. None at all. Let's see. Next story. She was she sitting? Uh-huh. She was somewhere, child. She was probably in his driveway. And the old girl probably swooped in the driveway and then hit him. The girl was probably hiding because she's accustomed to hiding because she sneaks around.
Because you knew he was not available to you, so you're not his girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
You're his playmate. And his
Mm-hmm.
mommy said he couldn't have company today.
Y'all, I knew a girl that hid in the closet once because the girlfriend came home, or the wife, I'm not really sure, but hid in the closet, child, and had to listen to that man have sex with his wife.
Girl, did you see it was I don't know if it was a prank. It was a story. I don't know if it was a true story, but the girl was at her boyfriend's house and the wife was gone and she came home unexpected and he literally made her stand up like she was a lamp and he put the shade over her fucking head. And so at about 4 o'clock in the morning, the wife woke up and started cooking breakfast and told that baby, "Hey, I left you something on the counter. If you're thirsty, here's some orange juice."
The mere
Girl.
fact that she did it.
But it
Some
was
of
so
these
funny.
bitches will go to lengths for
But
a
the
man.
priceless, well, it was so funny because both of the women was fucking each other's husbands. They both was cheating. And she had just did it to her the day before and didn't realize it. Bitch. Bitch. Because she didn't see her
I'm gonna
ass
find that
standing.
story, y'all. And we're gonna come back and talk about that one.
That shit was
I'm gonna try to
fun.
find it by Thursday.
I hope you find it, friend, because it's so old to me. I heard this shit so long ago. I
Sometimes I could do my work and I could find it.
Girl, find that story. That shit made me holler. I cried over 3 times because it was so fucking funny. Or maybe it was a joke. Either way, it was funny.
Well, let me see what I could find. So,
Okay,
next
look.
story, and then we have one more, and then we are done. I hope you guys enjoy these short stories. I enjoy them. Let me tell y'all something real quick. So, when you change your content as a content creator, some people will stay, they will see if they like the vibe, they will do those things. So your numbers sometimes will drop or they sometimes will skyrocket. But with this algorithm thing, specifically us Black content creators, is sometimes shadow bans you or push your stuff down, right? So I was wondering, like, whenever anybody see my stories, excuse me, they really like them. And I've also taking it a step further, something I learned from Tasha K is to take your live down, pull some of the stuff out of the middle and turn it into another video so people get smaller versions. So I do several things with one piece of content, right? That's what you're supposed to do because several people like different things, right? Think with me, roll with me. So one of the stories that I posted was getting traction, but somebody inboxed me and said, "Why aren't you viral?" And I was like, "Well, it's a couple people doing stuff like this." And they was like, "Not like yours. This doesn't make sense. Try to do a promotion where you push your video out in front of people and see what happens." So I was like, okay. So I pushed the video out, y'all, in 24 hours. It wasn't even 24 whole hours. I have 50,000 views with a 25% turnover rate of likes, shares, and comments. I could not make this shit up.
Yes, honey.
That's hard. I mean, it's amazing to let you know you're doing the right thing, right? That means if people see your stuff, they will like it. It's bad on the back end because you're not being pushed out where stuff like Grit Baby, Messy Mod, all of those people that create drama and stuff like that, they're being pushed out on the front all day, every day. I don't even follow them. I know these people because they end up on my For You page. But that's pretty fucked up that somebody that actually creates content. That's not content. That's drama and trauma on a platform. All the way down to that poor girl taking her own life. That kind of stuff, do y'all know is still being pushed out. Nobody's channel has been taken or anything. But somebody like me who creates content, right, for us to enjoy, learn from, etc., my content is pushed to the back. I think that's pretty fucked up. So Yes. And then the video right behind that video. So it further confirmed that if my videos got in front of people, that they would do well, although you've seen it on my YouTube. Because I used to do promo here and all of those numbers were bigger. I don't want to do that. That doesn't make it, I don't think that's right. I don't want to do it. But do I do it every now and then to see if I'm going in the right direction? I do. And I know that my day will come. But the video right behind it, it got 20 something thousand. And people loved it. And here's the interesting part about that one. TikTok replaced my music so you could barely hear the beginning of us talking. It was the one with the two moms, the stepmom that came in. You could barely hear the first part and they still love the video. You
Yeah.
guys have to help me. You guys have to share my videos and stuff and push them out. That would be great. I support all of you. Uh, I just thought that was the craziest shit ever. So while it made me feel good to know that my content is good, no tea, no shade, I already knew that. Um, I just have to pray about it. And to the person that said, you're getting feedback sometimes. Sometimes it happens, and I cannot stop a live in the middle of the live for that. But I do appreciate that feedback as well. Sometimes you're working with the platform you on. So I say all of that to say, all of you that are creating content and really trying to do things that will be good, um, even if it's something like this, make it so that you're not just totally destroying um, our generations and things like that. Turn it into good advice because these are real things people are going through. So that's my brief intermission because that just bothered the shit out of me. And I just thought about that. The video is still going and it's crazy. It's super crazy. But here we go. Next story. And then we have one more and we are done. One more thing. If you are my family and you call me and ask me to borrow money, support you, or do any of those things, the first thing I'm going to ask you is what was my last video? If you cannot tell me, please don't call me. Do not look before you call me because I'm going to ask you a question. And then sometimes I'll just say no because I know that that's the only reason why you did it. So I hope y'all know I can see when y'all come in. It lets me know when people view my page and things like that. And you can actually see it on YouTube now. Do I look for it? Yes. Am I that petty? Absolutely not. I am that specific and I pay attention to detail.
Period, Pooh.
You pay attention to what the fuck I do. As soon as I do something, you asking me to borrow money. So here we go. My girlfriend's threats turn people on, and I'm scared. When desires feed danger, who gets hurt first? My girlfriend threatens my exes. She tells them to stay away from me. The more she threatens, the more attention I get, and the more reckless things become. She knows everything. She told me, I don't care about the Lord or the law. If I catch you, I'm going to hurt you. Now I'm scared. I didn't take it seriously at first until fear moved in and stayed. So tell me, when someone shows you who they are, why do we wait for proof?
I think you already got the damn proof. I don't know what you waiting on, but you're not waiting on proof. You're waiting to believe. You don't believe who she is, but she did tell you. So when she do run her up on you, you really can't say nothing because baby, you have been warned and you chose. You chose. Mm.
Okay. So this is where I call men out. I love it how people say men don't like drama. Men don't get to really express themselves. Well, those are all fat, funky Faison lies. Okay. They are lies. Men are so damn full of drama that is ridiculous. If that's not the case, then why baby mamas always fight? Baby daddies don't fight each other. Baby mamas be fighting each other. The mama and the wife be fighting each other. The sister and the wife be fighting each other. Everybody don't get along. Why is it? Because that man has planted a seed with each of those people, or he has not corrected any of that should have never occurred because the man is the head and the king. He is the one that's supposed to rule and make sure things go appropriately. If they do not, he is the one. Why you think when Adam and Eve was in the garden, Adam and Eve lost her damn mind and did what she wasn't supposed to do, but it was because Adam wasn't there to watch over her the way that he should have been. So when God came down, he said, Adam. He didn't say Adam and Eve. He didn't say, Eve, let me talk to you. He said, Adam. The sooner y'all get that, the better. I'm just saying, because here we go. Let's see what it says. Mm-hmm. The more she threatens, the more attention I get and the more reckless things become. Here's the part. Y'all ready? She knows everything. You tell her everything. You tell her everything because it allows you to get more out of it. But now that it has gone too far and she has turned around and told you, okay, because my girlfriend threatens my exes. And then the more she threatens, the more attention I get. Then she knows everything. You tell her because she's threatening them. Now, now I'm scared. I didn't take it seriously at first. But why are you scared? Because she said, I don't care about the Lord or the law. If I catch you, I'm going to hurt you. Now it's a big deal because she says she's going to hurt you. But it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a big deal when she said she was going to hurt the exes. You, in fact, carried that bone back and told her what was happening. So you could get attention from everybody because the hurt wasn't going to be towards you. The hurt was going to be towards them.
Mm.
Nobody ever notices what men do because they throw rocks and hide their hands. But it's
Mm-hmm.
very clear. He just said it. So, sir, you should be afraid because you have escalated this, escalated and escalated it. Because if she told the exes that and you kept them around, that was a threat based on the past. Now she has a threat on the new stuff you've done, and you, in chronological order, have come back to tell her these things. Why did you tell her everything? Because you wanted her to hurt them? You didn't care about them?
Nope.
Why did you still deal with them if she's your girlfriend? You should have left them alone. And they, with they dumbasses, should have left you alone too. I'm never going to deal with somebody that's going to be a threat to me.
Mm-mm.
Everybody thought it was fun and games. At least the exes, which by the way are women, sounds like they standing in their shit. But
Mm.
very interesting that you are not as the male. If she hurts you, so what? It was okay when she was gonna hurt them. I thought y'all all wanted to be hurt. I thought y'all do M&Ms. You know that S&M stuff. You don't like it?
Did you say M&M's?
M&M. She better care she just challenged God. Exactly. That lets you know she off her rocker. I don't care about the law or the Lord. That's not a question for me. I'm not a super Christian. I'm a learning Christian. I'm a practicing Christian. I'm an intentional one. I really try to do my best. But what I mean by that is certain things you just can't do. And I don't believe that we should intentionally. We all did things behind our parents' back, but we didn't go in our face and say, hey, just so you know, I'm going to sneak out tomorrow and there's nothing you can do about it. It's not even logical. Why are you even thinking that I don't care about the law or the Lord? From a girl,
Mm.
you better leave her alone. People on a sinkable Titanic, like in real life. I don't understand. My advice to you is to own what you've done, and either because you can make it go away because it's I don't care about the law. If I catch you, I'm going to hurt you. So she shouldn't be able to catch you doing nothing, right? You shouldn't be
Mm.
doing anything. That's a better question. Why are you doing it? Why are you with her if you want to be single? Be single. It's easy. I promise you it is. But you want to
Mm.
be prized so damn bad. You want to be sought after. Well, now you're gonna be sought after. I have a cousin that chased her boyfriend down the street in her Mustang. Remember the 5.0s when they came out, y'all? She chased it down the
Mm.
street in a Town, and she had half her wheels was on the sidewalk, half her wheels was on the street. And that man, he made it home because he was the number one track star at Ganesha High School. So he made it home. Um, I have an aunt who chased her husband down the street with a hatchet because he cheated.
Oh wow.
I know somebody that used to wait until their husband was, a little off their rocker and beat the stew out of him, and then they would wake up wondering why they felt like they had been hit by a bag of rocks, and they probably had been hit by a bag of rocks. I
Damn,
don't
the
think
ass
people
whooping didn't wake him up out they sleep.
mm-mm. When you be so drunk, a real alcoholic, when they drink straight alcohol, mm-mm. That's why they say the best time to get in an accident, if you're going to get in one, is if you are. That's why the drunk driver typically does not pass because their body is limber. So they don't push, they don't do any of those things. They kind of go with the flow and they don't hurt themselves as much. They
Mm.
can walk away from an accident like unscathed. But I mean, my final advice to you is to either straighten up and be a grown ass man and do as you were supposed to and leave, your relationship, or leave the relationship and leave her alone and sprinkle some holy water on her because she's playing with the Lord. I wouldn't want to know where around me, actually. Even if she got better, I wouldn't, because you're not better, because your brain don't work. Because you should have enough sense to say, if somebody makes me not care about the Lord or the law as a boyfriend, I should probably leave them
Mm.
alone. You obsessed, honey. What's your final words before we read this last story, honey?
I need somebody that's gonna treat me right. I need somebody that's gonna love me all night, and I need not a one night stand, okay? I don't want that. I don't want a part time lover. I don't want a one night stand, okay? Listen, they make songs about all these bullshit ass moments you humans are having. But with that being said, listen, remember, and I mean remember who you are. And why do you need to remember who you are? Because you are attracting who you are. And you keep this shit up, you finna find something you can't handle for real. And bruh, she's abusive and crazy and you weak. How you a weak cheater? You gotta be strong in your bullshit, man. Or let it go. So stop cheating. But then again, he might not be cheating. She might just be absolutely crazy. But either way,
But he said he tells her everything.
that's because you are afraid of her. You need to, if you are afraid, you shouldn't be there. You need to move on. You need to free yourself and her. Because some women don't have no problem with beating the shit out of a man.
They don't. And that is not okay by any means
It's
at all.
not. I'm totally honestly not cool with that
Right,
shit
right, right.
because I don't want no fucking man putting his hands on me. So
Mhm.
personally, I have never and will I never
I
put my
haven't.
hands on a man.
I have.
I know how to walk away and fuck you if that's what I gotta do. But I'm not finna fight no man. And bruh, I advise you to know that I'm low key crazy and I will never come for your monkey ass while you're awake. Okay. Oh, okay. So you might not want to stay here. Okay. Because I know you bigger than me. Okay. Because I like men bigger than me. Okay. I don't want no little man. I want me a big ass man, a big motherfucking man. And because of how I like my man, I could never put my hands on him because he could never retaliate. Okay. 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 The fuck wrong with y'all? I don't like that shit. We've been fighting for too many rights for y'all to keep letting stupid shit like this happen.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. As women, we all our lives we had to fight to prove our
All
fucking
my
love,
life
and
I
now
had to fight.
I'm just trying to tell you, I feel that way, and some stuff I'm just not okay with. I'm not.
Right. Okay. Let me read the last story and then we are out of here until tomorrow. Sometimes I get
Oh
feedback.
shit! Happy New Year! I know, right? That was so
Yes.
delayed.
Yes. Happy New Year.
So
Okay.
delayed.
I'm going to mute Des while I read this story just in case I get feedback. You want to see
Okay.
it's our anniversary, child. Anyway, next story. Here we go. Last story. Let's see. It is titled, I Want to Ruin Her Marriage So I Can Have Her. Is this love or ego dressed up as fate? I know Des over there smacking shit. However, we got to get the sound thing under control. Here we go. She was my high school sweetheart, the one that got away. Now she's married, beautiful, taken care of. Her husband spoils her, but he's military and gone a lot. So when he's gone, I'm here. I make more money. I don't have kids. I tell myself, I tell myself I'm the better option. And here's the truth I don't like to admit. I want her I want to tell her husband about us so he'll leave and take the kids with him. I don't want to build a family. I want a clean slate. So tell me, is this unfinished love or entitlement that never grew up? I want to tell her husband about us so he will leave and he will take the kids. Okay, Des, come on off of mute.
Girl, you know I'm over here screaming. Go to hell.
The military man is supposed to take the kids.
Oh, listen, you sorry son of a greedy bitch. I don't like you. And how dare you want to go and ruin that girl's life because you're greedy. And you ain't going to even do right by her. And then what type of man are you to tell this woman you want to start with a clean fucking slate when you could have had her and you didn't do right by her when you did have her? You sorry bitch. I don't like you no more.
Des, how do you start with a clean slate and you're messing with a married woman?
You
That's not a
messing with a married woman. You shady as the fuck. You want to tell her husband because you greedy, not because you love her, not because you swear you the better option. Why though? Are you the better option because you're only a option, or are you the better option because you're really going to do right by her? But I promise you, you're not going to do right by her, because once you get her to do that shit, now you're going to know what you're capable of, and now you're going to accuse her of letting any man do that to her.
He's
You
now she's
insecure
married,
bitch.
beautiful, taken care of. Her husband spoils her.
You are awful. You're an awful man. You're an awful man. Oh, you such an awful pisshead man. Ooh,
I
child.
make more money. I don't have kids. I tell myself that's the better option. Hard stop. I don't have kids. You are aware that the kids she has are hers. And I'm pretty sure she had those children out of love because she wanted her children from her husband who takes care of her and spoils her. So, how are you with no children a better option? Here's what I want you to do, sir. This is what I want you to do. I have advice. I want you to go to her and tell her that you want to whisk her away and take her from away from all of that, and you want to give her everything she wants, and you guys will have all the freedom in the world to do everything you want to do because he can take the kids. When you say he can take the kids, I want you to drop for cover, because if she's a woman, like I think she's a woman, she's gonna beat the entire shit out of you. Because people that have kids, that love their kids, you telling them if they can't be with their kids is actually the worst dagger you can drive through their heart. She does not want to be without her kids. She wants to be a mom. Stupid. That doesn't even make any sense that you think you're the better option because you don't have kids. I'm glad you don't have kids because you just said that. And that is so evil. How do you think that's the selling point to her that you don't have kids, but she does have kids? Kids that are clearly taken care of because she's taken care of. Her husband spoils her, and he's in the military. Those kids and her are just fine. I'm pretty sure she loves the ground that her children walked on. She had them on purpose, sir. I didn't hear you say that she doesn't like her kids. How do you tell her? Tell her you're going to whisk her away and you're going to save her from her life. And you're going to take her away from her kids, and he can deal with that. Use those kind of words too. Make sure you say it. You can deal, he could deal with that. He could deal with everything you've been having to deal with. I'm going to take you away and we're going to lead the perfect life and start a clean slate so you can do your perfect life all over again.
Her life already perfect. He just be gone, so she fuck you because she bored, sir. Not because she wants a new man. Y'all think y'all the only ones out here fucking for fun? Bitches ain't shit too. The fuck? Huh. The
Yeah,
nerve.
make sure you say a lot of things bad about kids. Do it. Tell her you're going to save her, because I'm sure you're tired of kids that, you have to love on and that call you mommy. And, when they're sick, you get to coddle them again like they were little babies. And, some people that love their kids actually don't complain about that stuff. Have you ever heard me complain about what I did for my Skylar and my Kiera? And those are my kids of my kids, or any of my kids. Those are the only humans that could sleep in my bed. Those are the only humans that can cut up under me. Those are the only humans that can play with my back fat. I wish you would tell me
Not
you're
your
gonna
fucking
whisk
back fat. Go to
and
sleep.
do.
Go to sleep. Take a nap
Kids
first.
do weird shit when they little. Like when they trying to go to
They
sleep,
really do.
they'll run. Harley used to put her hand down my shirt and just leave it there. If she just wanted her hand warm, she used to lay right here. Skylar used to lay between, like, right here. Yeah, they do weird things. But guess what? That's that thing that they do with you that you wouldn't let another human do, but you allow them to do because it is the light of your life. Go ahead and tell her. I want you to make that the theme of what you tell her about how much you want her. I want you to do the whole fireworks around her kids going away. I think you should do that. I think it'll be very exciting. And come back and tell us what happens. And they're funny as heck. Kids are funny as the fuck. Okay? My mom had to remind me the other day when I was talking about somebody's damn kid, who cares, and their behavior. She was like, "You used to let Skylar. You remember when you had a whole big old blow up thing with the balls like Chuck E. Cheese dead in the middle of the living room and nobody could even watch TV?" I do. That wasn't normal. It is. Mhm. I didn't like him playing with the dirty balls at Chuck E. Cheese, so I bought him one. And yes,
I
the
am
whole fire
crying.
engine was in the middle of the living room. And if you want to watch TV, you can go in the room. He's playing. What do you want me to do? That's normal. Some of us live for our kids. Skylar went to work with me on Bring Your Kid to Work Day. Each one of my kids have done the same thing. I'm there for kindergarten, and I'm a godmom. I'm an active godmom. I've been there when they've been born, all of that. That would not be something that you should offer me because if you offer me that, I'm telling you to get the entire hell away from me because how dare you? You don't love me if you don't know what I love.
I'm so
That's not
terrible.
being me.
Like, girl, shit. I'm so awful. Well, the thing is this: we don't know what type of pillow talk conversation that this girl is having with him to hype his dumbass head up,
True.
because she could be telling him anything just so she could get what she wants from him.
That's true.
And he's also seeming to be stupidly gullible. And obviously, his ego has to be stroked so hard that she learned how to stroke that motherfucker. And now your dumb ass is out here believing the hype of something you should not. Go to bed.
But
That, that,
maybe
that.
she said stuff like other regular parents. Now, don't get me wrong. We absolutely still say, "Oh shit, I need a break. It's been a lot." Or I enjoy time when it's just me and you. It's just so quiet. I get to just be myself. You do have those moments, but nowhere in there did you say you don't want your children. You want them gone forever. You just want a break. Like adults, like real, if you being real, if it's any parent that can say, "Who these motherfuckers is getting on my nerves," if you tell me you never said that, I won't believe you. Mm-mm. Well, no, because even Skylar did. The older he got, it's quite a few times I just stared at him because I felt like some alien took over my baby's head because he don't have sense right now, and I can't figure out what to do with you. So just get out of my face before I jump on you like a spider monkey.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Yeah, it's times you want to fight him. I want to fight Harley every other day.
This the spider monkey for me, though.
Oh,
This,
yes. I want to fight Harley every other day. I do. And in the same sentence, if somebody else says something to her, I'm going to cuss you the entire F out. Don't play with my kids. So, yes, sir. That is my advice for you. You should proposition this to her and make sure you let her know you can take her away from her kids. Get those crumb snappers away from her. And her husband that takes care of her, spoils her, and is in the military with those amazing benefits. So you might bring more home more money, but your overall total compensation and total package isn't better. You don't have kids. And since you wrote that you don't have kids, that's another thing that's a bad idea. And I think you should make sure you lead with that. But I'm gonna tell you it's a bad idea because that means you also won't understand, respect, or anything about her life as it relates to her children. You don't want a clean slate. You want to pretend like none of those things exist so you can have her all to yourself.
you know you're being selfish. You know you're being unrealistic. You know you need to stop your shit.
I don't want I don't want to build a family.
But the girl already has a family. You're telling her to abandon her family to satisfy your ego.
If y'all could feel how fast my heart is beating, because see, it's people that talk like this, and then
Now that's the epitome of a
there's other
narcissist.
people that really love kids and They get treated a different way, especially like the stepmoms and stepdads. They get treated the way that they shouldn't get treated. But then you have somebody like this that needs his head knocked off. Mm. Anyway, that's it for tonight, Chad. I don't have no more. That story just pissed me the entire fuck off. I think I'm gonna have to start reading these stories in advance and at least pulling out the ones that irritate the shit out of me so that I never read them. I
Right. We
just
don't need
grab
your
them from
blood
the
pressure
source.
going up.
Right. I grab them from the source and then put them in a thing, which is why I say I have proof that all of the stories I just grab them. Um, but anywho, child, any final words from you? Which story stood out to you the most? If you can even remember, there were six tonight, guys. Which story stood out to you? Make sure you drop it in the comments as well.
I don't know. Like when I tell you, like two of them won't leave my mind right now,
Which
and,
two?
and it's like I'm done with the one who just sat over here and got with this man that she can't leave
The
because
Olympic
he'll
one?
be homeless.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, because girl, what the fuck? You
Okay.
sound slow.
So
And then
caregiver.
this one with the son listening to his mama.
Ooh, I
I,
forgot about that one.
I just can't get past it. And I'm like, my problem is it was so inappropriate for you. I need you to get past it, sir. I don't need you to be traumatized. I need you to forget and act like that shit never happened because you cannot confront your mother about that because it's not your place. Yeah.
Mhm.
Not
Okay,
to
so
mention, mama had skills clearly and she was doing what the fuck she wanted to do. And answering to you ain't a part of that, sir.
So I guess that's the story that stands out for me the most because I do have one question that I would want answered. No, two. I would want to know which uncle, like, is it her brother, her stepbrother, or the dad's brother? And she was messing with the dad's brother. I want to know the correlation. So I want to know the family tree because that's very important. And then the second question I would have is, are you considering therapy? Because the biggest part of that is that you were feeling lust behind hearing your mom, but you didn't know it was your mom. So
Right,
you
and
should
what
get
you
some
felt
help.
was actually normal, and ain't nobody judging your dumb ass for that,
Mm-mm,
but you're
mm-mm,
judging you for that
mm-hmm. Because
because
you
you
know it's gonna
realized
sound
it was your
crazy.
mom, but before there was clearly no evidence that that was your mom in the beginning, or that wasn't what you was paying attention to.
Right, right.
So either way, no one is judging you for that. You need to let it go, not us, you, and you need to really just drop kick the idea that that's your mom. Maybe you need to pretend in your mind that that was somebody else. Lie to yourself for a little while, like you've been doing. Okay, I'm sorry, not sorry. We all do it a little bit sometimes, honey. Okay, but stop doing it this.
And do because let me tell you something. I in my head, Kasha, Ashley, Akimi, Juggy, everybody that I have lost, they are all at college or they move far away, and I just can't talk to them like I used to. That helps me. So whatever you need to do in a healthy way, um,
Do
I think
it.
you need to do it. But you need to do something because your girlfriend should not have to be impacted by your behavior, and you need to fix it. And not take it out on her or think she's supposed to do certain shit because you have traumatized your nosy ass self. Uh,
Mm,
Curiosity done killed that damn cat. So
mm.
that is it from us tonight. Join us tomorrow for 425 news stories. Y'all know we have Rose. We have to leave more room for all of us to be able to respond. So I will have four stories loaded. If we get through them, I will be prepared with a fifth. That is it for tonight. Please make sure that you share it live. And if you have a story that you like, please send it over to me. I can even reframe it. I am a storyteller, so I can reframe it so that it adds some different details in case you're somebody around me. Because I have had somebody do that, send me a story and I reframed it so that it wouldn't be really clear of where it came from. So I can do that as well. I'm a trustworthy source. Make sure that you also go and buy one of my journals. My birthday is coming up and it is January 30th. I'm going to need y'all to show up and show up for me. So share my lives. Make sure you show up, contribute to the stories, do whatever you like, whatever portion of that you like. I do appreciate the support and those that send me stories all day long.
I'm
It
so
keeps me it keeps me very busy. No, some people do, and I'm like, this is an overload. This is an open up, but I appreciate it because it's exactly what I asked for. So that is it. Head over to Amazon and buy one of my coloring book journals, and I promise, um, the others will come out by the end of the week as long as Amazon does its big one. I gotta wait on them. So that is it. Anything from you, Des?
Nah, y'all doing a wonderful job. I want y'all to know I want you to have a prosperous, happier new year. I want you to learn how to forgive and let go of things that are not growing you. I understand that we all have these traumas in our lives, but I really, 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 really need y'all to drop kick that shit and kick the ball rolling into a new year, into a new you, and start liking yourselves. I think
Ooh,
that's like gonna be my thing every day to talk to you guys about liking yourself. Most of the time, you don't dislike the people around you. You just see something about them you wish that you could do. And the fact is, if you really wanted to, you could. So just do it and stop wishing. Stop thinking too long and not doing nothing. Faith without work is dead. So let's get to work and let this faith move on your behalf. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So check me out. I'm Delicious Designs on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Lemonade, anywhere. But make sure you put two E's on that delicious, honey. I'm here for you.
thank you and good night. See you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Good night.
Good night.